Yet you can see the ear right there. Right there. There he is. Kind of like Jaws coming into the frame. You need your own theme song. You need the Jaws theme song. Okay. So, it's monsoon season, clearly. It has been raining a lot. And on Sunday, we kind of noticed, hey, wait a minute. Our the AC fan is not turning off. So we thought about it and we were like, weird. And so we finally, I said something to, I work with the wife of they own an AC company. So they are our AC company. I mentioned it to her. And so she asked her husband and he said, oh, I'll just run by and check it. Yeah, then they got flooded in. So they actually set up a service call. They just showed up. Our fan relay is burnt out. And the problem is the fan is running all the time, which means it's sucking in all that humid air and just circulating this humid air. So my house is kind of a jungle right now. Like, it's very humid. It's not, it's cool, which is why we're not that worried about it. But still, we're just like, all right then. So, if it's not one thing, it's another. So, and Giovanni is not a fan of people in his house. He was just like, at least he didn't growl. He was very concerned about it. So, all right. But you're not here to hear my trials and tribulations. We are here to do empower the Bible. So let's do the housekeeping. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. Constant contact email info@creativelife.org. Each one email a week tells you what's going on for the week and the month, and the hot links are hot. So click here now means it. It's also a blind CC. That means nobody will see your emails. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. And yes, because of all the things going on and nothing about today has been normal, I forgot that I usually wash my hair on Wednesday. So it's going to get done tomorrow. Yay. So my hair's going to go up in a knot today and stay there. Which is fine because I got a lot of work to do at work anyway. Our quarterly order came in. Which, again, I just distracted myself again. So let's do the social medias because we do not monetize them. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So we ask you instead, go like, subscribe, follow, based on which platform you're on, and then engage with the individual post by reacting, commenting, and sharing. It bumps us in the algorithm. So a free and easy way that you can support the center is by getting our stuff in front of more people. So that is that. All right. Now, The Hidden Power of the Bible, I still love the original title. The Bible in Light of Religious Science. Ernest went out and picked his favorite. Now I'm showing you this because obviously he did not tackle the whole Bible. What he did was he pulled out, I'm going to tell you they are his favorite passages, what he thinks are the most relevant for today. Notice I said most relevant. He believes that you can find relevance anywhere in the Bible, but these are his particular favorites. And what we have done is we read Matthew 6 on Tuesday, and he's been going through what he thinks about what Matthew 6 is about. And we're going to do 3 today because a couple of them are short, or they're all short. And then we're going to read probably Matthew 7 next. I'm not actually sure, but we'll go. So today we're doing how God forgives. We are told that God will forgive us after we have first forgiven others. This is a direct statement and one that we should ponder deeply. Can God forgive until we have forgiven? If God can work for us only by working through us, then this statement of Jesus stands true and is really a statement of the law of cause and effect. We cannot afford to hold personal animosities or amenities against the world or individual members of society. All such thoughts are outside the law and cannot be taken into the heavenly consciousness. And that's kind of that really, the important thing is if you are trying to create that heavenly consciousness, there is no place in the heavenly consciousness for animosity or enmities. I said it right the first time when I wasn't thinking about it. Love alone can begat love. People do not gather roses from thistles. So, the Spirit who sees in secret will reward us openly. Shall we not learn to enter the secret place of the Most High within our own soul in gladness? That sounds like a quote from somewhere. We are to fast without outward sign, but with the inner mind open and receptive to good alone. Our treasure is already in heaven, and our thought can take us to this treasure only when it is in accord with the divine harmony and the bound and perfect love. Sorry, I was thinking, and now what I was thinking is gone. Oh, no, that's what it was. It's the reminder that heaven isn't a place. It's a mindset. It is a consciousness. So therefore, if we are trying to set up that heavenly consciousness, there's no room in it for, animosities, hatreds, regrets, there's no room in it for any of that. And so it's kind of important that we figure it out. So, and it also, I do like that he goes back to if God can only do for us what it can do through us, then we have to forgive first. You don't have to like it, but it is. Okay. So the single eye is one single paragraph. If our eye is single, we shall be filled with light. That is when we perceive the unity of good, we shall perceive it as its entirety, an undivided whole. But if our eye be filled with evil, we shall remain in darkness. We must cleave to the good and trust absolutely in the law of God to bring about the desired end. The divine mind will mold our purposes when we allow it to do so. As we learn to depend more and more upon the perfect law, we shall find that outward things which are necessary to our good will be provided. We shall be cared for as the lilies in the field, which live directly upon the divine bounty, and yet they toil not, nor do they spend. Okay, you know what? I think Emma did a better job about talking about the single eye. She called it one pointedness, I think, is what that was chapter 7 in High Mysticism. Oh, I just highlighted it wrong. Basically, what you focus on expands. So that's why he's saying single eye. When you focus on the good, you get more good. When you focus on the bad, you'll get more bad. So focus on the good. It's not that bad doesn't happen, and it's not that we don't have to deal with it. It's just that's not where we want to focus our attention. We want to focus our attention on what's going right, what's working well. And then from there, then we can deal with everything else will be added on, is what he's saying. So he's not telling you that bad things don't happen. He's not telling you that, you're not going to have to deal with it, but that's not what you want to focus on. That's why they say focus on solutions, not problems. Because if you focus on the problems, you get more problems. If you focus on the solutions, you get solutions. So that's what single-eyedness is about. And then the last one we are going to do is the divine bounty. Because after that, tomorrow, we will read selection from Matthew 7. So, the divine bounty. As God cares for the birds who do not gather into barns, so shall we be cared for if we trust and do not doubt. But we are to seek the kingdom first. Jesus bids us to completely trust in God for everything and in every instance. Okay, hang on. I'm thinking. Let me read a little bit more and then I'll go. So, Jesus bids us to completely trust in God for everything and in every instance. He had a complete reliance upon God. Dare we say that such a confidence will be misplaced? Have we ever tried it? Until we have tried and failed, we are not in a position to contradict this theory. Those who have are providing the principle to be a definite and one upon which an absolute reliance may be placed. Now, okay, let's go back to the line. Jesus bids us to completely trust in God for everything and in every instance. It doesn't mean we sit on our couch and wait. It means that we pay attention and listen and take the signs and the hints as they come to us to go get what it is we want. But in the whole thing, we are trusting in God that what we want, that it is alignment with the good, will come to us. Okay? So that's where we're trusting. It doesn't mean sit on your couch and wait. That's why we say treat and move your feet. So we are relying on God, understanding that God will find a way to provide. Spirit will find a way to provide, especially if we don't limit Spirit, because we're good at that. But it means that we're paying attention, okay? And that we are getting up and going and doing. It means that we are going about our regular lives, all the while listening for the still small voice, or the voice of the friend, or the voice on the radio that gives us the hint we need that will lead us to our good. Okay? People get kind of weird about that. I just want to be clear about that. But we have 2 more paragraphs to go, so let's finish this up. Have no fear for tomorrow. Enjoy today. Refuse to carry the corpse of a mistaken yesterday. Now that is a quote from somewhere. What untold misery is suffered through the burdens imposed by our yesterdays and the bitter prospects of our tomorrows. The good of the present day is too often sandwiched between 2 impossible situations. The day in which we live is sufficient. We are to live today as though God were in its heaven while all is well with our souls. Jesus made the greatest claim upon God of anyone who ever lived. He demanded a complete and unreserved trust in the goodness and loving kindness of the Creator. And hearkening down the ages since he lived and taught his marvelous philosophy to humanity, those who have followed his teachings have been justified in their faith. And that's why we call him the master teacher. Because he said, this is possible. This is possible. So, yeah. All right. That is Matthew 6. And like I said, what we're going to do tomorrow is we'll read Matthew 7 tomorrow, which is Thursday, and then we'll start talking about Matthew 7 on Friday. And interestingly enough, I have a big note at the end of Matthew 7, or maybe at the beginning of the discussion. So that should be interesting. Yeah. So, we're tackling the Bible. All right, people. I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a take care of yourself day, a be aware of the humidity day, a be careful of the rain day. We've had enough. The ground is very wet, so it's definitely a turn around, don't drown situation. If you don't know how deep the water is, or if you know the water's not that deep, but it has a current, don't drive in it. Be safe. All right. Be aware of, so go dance in the rain, stay out of the thunderstorms. Do not drive in the water with a current. Physics. It doesn't take much to pick a car up and move it. And then drink plenty of water. Make sure you make time to sit down and rest. Wear your support if you need it day. A cuddle your fur babies day. A do what you gotta do day. A you got this day. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, because occasionally it is, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, an absolutely beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time at your own pace. And, as Reverend Jesse likes to say, you are a godling. Explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, anything is possible. Anything at all. Because all the divine knows is good. And that's the good news. All right, beloveds. I'm going to move on to the process of my day. So I'm going to remind you, Reverend David will be on sometime this afternoon. I will be back with you tomorrow morning, and we will read selections from Matthew 7. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. Always. And I will see you next time.